Hi, this is Tom Kane, the voice of Jedi Master Yoda. And this is Inside the Force. Listen, you will. Foreseen it I have, yes.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Welcome back, everyone, Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham here, of course, with me, Casey Cooley.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to a jam-packed episode where we're talking all things Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much to talk about. This episode, we're going to, of course, hit you up on the latest news across all fronts here, starting with the movies, TV, definitely some news in gaming, and, of course, the books, as in there's a comics announcement and stuff like that. So, and then, of course, if you listen to our last episode, which I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah. Why listen to this?
Threw out a little contest that we posted on Facebook. Not a contest, really, a giveaway.
Yeah.
Ask us some questions, and we were going to answer some. We are going to answer some today, and I'm going to send those guys the graphic novel of Shattered Empire, which came out right before Episode 7 came out. It was a 4-issue series that's is collected in a trade paperback that I will send directly to you. So I'll tweet back at you probably this weekend and get your address and send those over to you guys. So got a couple questions we're going to answer for that. Mm-hmm. So be on the lookout for that. Not really on the lookout because you can't really see.
Be on the listen out.
Be on the listen out. There you go.
That's a cool phrase that I just made up.
Yeah, I know, right?
Guys, starting a trend.
Be on the listen out.
I'm going to be on the listen out. That's great.
All right, so of course, up first, big news in the movie side. What we got?
Well, I mean, episode 8, they're still filming. They're still going around doing that. There's been some, people have been spotting Mark Hamill out and about in the London area with his big old Luke Skywalker beard.
Right.
Something I just saw today, I actually thought was pretty cool. There's a image of some set pieces.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
That's very interesting. It's basically, trying to describe it to you.
I think it's in Croatia. Is that where it's at?
Croatia. You're probably right. The name of the city or the town is Dubrovnik or something like that. But it looks honestly, if I were to guess where it could be, it looks kind of like a Karelia kind of thing in a way. It was just like a city.
Totally a
like
city.
a Naboo kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty cool. Actually, I'm very excited because it's a completely different setting than what we got from Force Awakens. Which I like that. I hope that they do. Keep expanding. The settings.
Absolutely.
That's what I loved with the prequels. And we got all these different planets. So I think I would like to see more of that. And I think that looks like they're definitely going to a new location, which is awesome. Other than episode 8, it's still. And they're pumping it away, man.
Did we ever mention the what do they call it? The name that they use?
Shooting title?
The shooting title, yeah.
We did not, I think.
It's right there.
Yeah, because the logo, they changed the logo for it. Is it like Space Bear or something?
Space Bears.
Space Bears.
Yeah.
And because they changed the episode 8 logo, and the O in episode is a bear.
Yes.
Like a panda bear.
Yeah. So they're using the prequel layout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but it's Space Bears is where Star Wars was, and then it's episode 8, and it was first. I think they first showed that because Carrie Fisher tweeted
with her dog,
the dog in there, and that's what everybody kind of started. Oh, look, it's the shooting title. Space Bears, yeah. So Space Bears, crazy. I wonder if we're going to see any bears in this movie.
Ooh, maybe.
By the way, that's the big news coming right there. Is the Blu-ray?
Yeah, the Blu-ray, which you said it comes out in April. Is there a specific date, or is it just rumor?
There is a date. It's April.
Let's see if I can put my articles refreshing here. Sometimes the iPad is just a little slow, people.
Actually, it doesn't. Actually, this says
I mean, but it hits though digitally at least on March 15th.
March 15th.
Which is insanity. And April 5th is when the
April 5th
Blu-ray comes out.
Correct.
I'm reading here. But March, that's so soon. That's a great surprise.
It's like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's so great.
You can buy it on. It's strictly on iTunes.
Yeah.
So you can get your iTunes version of The Force Awakens on March 15th.
Yeah.
You can actually pre-order. I don't know why you would technically pre-order because it's not going to run out.
Yeah. We have no more digital copies.
Yeah. We are out of digital copies.
Copied it too many times.
So yeah, you can get it then.
So some of the special features, which I couldn't find if the special features are included on the digital copy. A lot of the times they are, with iTunes especially.
At least some.
Yeah.
But
with the big movies. But some of the special features you are guaranteed to get on the Blu-ray. I guess these are like documentaries and whatnot. One's called The Secrets of The Force Awakens, A Cinematic Journey. Sounds awesome. The Story Awakens, the table read. That sounds incredible. I love stuff like that.
Right.
Just seeing just the behind the scenes kind of stuff like that. Building BB-8 is one. Another one's called Crafting Creatures. I'm be excited about that because I think the technology they use for this is fantastic. Another one's Blueprint of a Battle, the Snow Fight, which I assume is the one at the end with Finn, Rey, and Kylo Ren. Next one's The Visual Magic of the Force. Interesting. Next one's John Williams, The Seventh Symphony. And then deleted scenes, which I read they say it's about 7 or 8 deleted scenes on this one, which is incredibly exciting. And the last thing that they list here is, its title is Force for Change, which I guess is just a documentary about the contest that they ran. Star Wars ran the Force for Change contest, which I think there was like 2 or 3, I believe. 2, 3?
Yes, I think there were
more than that. Maybe?
No, I think there was just the person who won the role, and then they did the premiere.
Yeah, one with Harrison Ford.
Yeah. I think
Sky
so. They did too. I think because I actually entered both of them.
Yeah,
so because I got a T-shirts in both. But the iTunes it's pre-order. The HD version is $19.99.
Oh man, not bad at all.
Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out.
I really need to figure out the special features on the digital copy because if so,
$14.99 is the SD, but
probably what the heck are you doing?
But there's nothing on here that says that comes with anything but the movie.
Dang. See,
so
that's where I'm wondering if I want to wait. Cause I don't think I'm going to do both. I might have to do one or the other. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how frugal I'm going to feel.
Well, but here, this may sway you for those of you that are diehard, HD fans. iTunes, this HD is only a 720 version, so you're not getting a 1080p version of it. And I think that's with all of their HD. I don't think they're doing 1080p's yet.
I did not know that actually.
Yeah, I've noticed that because I've actually been watching a lot of my digital movies that I've gotten on my TV, and I've noticed that it's not because I think I have a digital version of The Man of Steel. I've been watching a little bit, getting ready for Batman Superman.
Yeah,
and on my TV, it's not as clear as crisp as when I throw in my Blu-ray.
It's very sharp because it was very sharp.
Oh
especially
yeah,
that one.
Oh yeah. You put a Blu-ray in,
Yeah.
it's like wow.
Yeah.
But no, it's probably 720 then.
Does Netflix do? Because they do some 4K, don't they? Or they're trying to?
No, well, they may be doing some 4K, yeah,
But they do 1080p, don't they?
they do. I think most of Netflix is 1080p.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So I don't know. But see, here's what's weird is I just clicked on the Phantom Menace
Yeah.
on iTunes, and when you scroll down here, it says size, format. It says size 5 gigs for the 720, 2.3 for SD, but then it says HD includes 720p and 1080p. Downloading. When you download it, it's only the 720p. But I guess if you watch it, you can. I don't know how you choose.
That's weird.
So, but in Force Awakens, it does not say that option. It just says 720p. So
Wait and see.
But they just need to outlaw 720. Yeah, so that's big news. 2 weeks, man. We're watching Force Awakens again.
Again, that's gonna be so great.
You know what that means, though?
Commentary. Glad we said it at the same time.
That's right.
That was very unplanned but nice.
Yeah. All right, the other news that Casey was kind of a little unaware of.
I don't know things.
That I actually got an email about it from our email guy. Keep him coming again. Suspiciously Brown is what he's going by. So, but I got an email link to a Rogue One story about the supposed trailers that are floating around. Not necessarily floating around. Don't start Googling them and looking for them. They're internal. Apparently, there's 3 trailers that the Rogue One director and crew have put together to show the Lucasfilm and Disney execs to determine which one they're going to pick to show, us as an audience to be our first look at the Rogue One footage, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's as it's well kind of as you can very well guess, if you've kind of read anything or just listened to us, Rogue One is basically a war movie.
Yeah.
So it's very dark in tone.
Yeah.
And with the rumors now of Vader having a bigger role and chopping heads off and all this stuff, I mean, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. It's
probably gonna be I would think a PG-13 rating. Maybe.
I think to the limit. Absolutely. Yeah. I think they could easily make an R movie if they wanted to, but I don't think they will.
Yeah. Good thing about lasers, you can't blow a hole in someone's blood and
there's not a lot of blood and all that stuff, right?
Never really
but I do anticipate seeing some lasers blow some heads off.
Yeah.
And then Vader kind of going, if the rumors are true about Vader just really unloading on a bunch of rebels, I mean, that's, force choking them. And there was also a rumor of him having even a saber throw in this.
Ooh.
Like throwing his saber and then getting it back like you do in the game. I mean, that's freaking crazy. But I mean, even when you play Battlefront, though, it's great. I mean, that's what I feel like this movie's going to be about, like Battlefront.
Just insanity. Just
dropping a soldier down.
Yeah, 2 seconds dead. Yeah,
absolutely, man. You open the door and then just lasers blasting. Kind of like Force Awakens in the beginning when those troopers land.
Yeah,
I think just a lot of that. So there's different tones of these trailers, and they're trying to figure out which one is going to resonate more with fans, and
don't want to scare them too much, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, and you don't want to. I don't think you want to give away too much, obviously, because I don't think it's I was talking to Chad about it because he feels like, well, it's so early still. It's probably going to be like a 30-second thing. I was like, you know what? I don't think it is.
Not that early anymore.
Right. I think this is going to be a 2.5 minute trailer. Yeah. I think it's going to kind of really get, I think the point is going to be really start letting you determine what type of movie that you're going to go see. You know what I mean? And then we'll get another one probably in the fall, maybe on whatever Marvel movie's coming out later in the fall. I think it's Doctor Strange, maybe.
I think so.
So, this is going to be apparently on Civil War.
Yeah.
I think Doctor Strange comes out later this year. That's what I'm guessing. It might be another Disney movie that it might come out. I don't know. But anyway, I just think I don't know, which one do you want to see? What do you want to see, the high dark side level of it, or
because for me, like, because I'm ready for it. I'm ready for a change in a different kind of Star Wars movie. So I want to see exactly what it's going to be like. So I'm okay with like the extreme dark version if that's how it's going to be consistently in the movie. I don't want them to make it look darker than what it really is. So I'm okay with that. But I understand, some other, probably the average Star Wars fan might be thrown off by it if they immediately see like something that's incredibly darker than every other movie. I mean, Episode 3 was pretty dark, but something that's not the fun family film that kind of Star Wars is known for. Anyway, although Force Awakens was dark, you kind of pushed it a little bit,
Right.
But I don't know. They might just go the middle. Just do the kind of not too dark, not too light. Do that.
Yeah, I agree with you on the Episode 3 because I think, kind of Episode 3 in a sense where I think you really like this type of movie would have been if you would have done a live action Clone Wars movie. Like that's what this would have been. You know what I mean? Like we never saw a live action Clone Wars really. Right. We saw like the beginnings of it and then the end. Mm-hmm. The Clone Wars show obviously you couldn't get too dark with that.
Yeah.
You had some dark moments in that
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it got darker.
Yeah, but if you would have done a Clone Wars movie,
Mm-hmm.
like live action, I mean that's war. You would have
Yeah.
seen a lot of people. But here's the thing too: is like with that, you've got a bunch of droids and you got a bunch of clones in armor, so you're not even seeing people die really,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's rebels with faces.
You're not wearing a mask, really.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot more emotion in this, a lot more. You're going to see a lot more fear in people's face because clones, you just don't see any reaction, right?
Right.
So you're going to see a lot more fear. You're going to see a lot more doubt. You're going to see a lot more hesitation.
Yeah.
But then you're also going to see a lot of, willingness to die, and just that freedom fighter. It's just. It's just. I just think it's going to be so good. I really do. I think it's going to be so. I mean, this to me, and obviously we will be talking about it in the coming months, but for sure. But I mean, to me, this has the potential of being my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I feel like this was a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
If you were going to get out of the episodic movies,
Yeah.
I think this was a great idea because you're and the fact that you're hiding and maybe going to reveal, I don't know, later, the fact that you're going to have Vader, if you have Vader in there for the majority of this movie, I mean, this thing's going to make a ton of money.
If it's Vader and Boba Fett, what the heck?
It's going to make a ton of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
it's just if you just see Vader fighting like we see him in the comics or the games, because we've never seen him truly fight.
Yeah.
We've seen a little bit in Rebels now,
Yes.
and that's when you're like,
But the average person, the average casual Star Wars fan, no.
had not seen him truly be Darth Vader, and we are going to see that. If we see that in this, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. All right, so obviously we'll keep an eye out on that. As soon as trailer information comes, we'll talk about it. Moving on to Rebels, it was a great episode. You didn't see it yet.
Yeah, I've been busy.
The Honorable One. So we'll talk about it more next week, along with the next episode. But it was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. Go check it out. It's called The Honorable Ones. Basically, Agent Callus and Zeb get stranded on a moon of Geonosis together, and they've got to fight their way out.
So we're still not getting much into that sizzle reel that we saw earlier.
No, but next week it does start it.
Okay.
So next week there was a preview for it. I can't remember the name of the episode, but it is. It's when they find
that temple thing.
And another shot of Yoda was in the preview.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing. Saw those headlines.
I'm gonna look up. I can't remember what the name of it was. Anyway, I can't find what it is. So we'll start getting into, and this was episode 17. How many episodes they have?
I think it's like 26.
No, it's probably 22 or so. Yeah,
because
it's getting close. I mean, it's getting close to the finale. I think the finale might be in the end of March.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, I think there's 5 more. I think I saw. Yeah, there's 22 episodes. That's right. I saw that. So, and there's a 2-parter at the end. 21 and 22 are a 2-parter.
They might have to take a gap.
So it's an hour.
Somewhere. I would say they take a little.
No, they're going before the gap. So I think there's a week off. I think next week, and then there might be a week off, and then they're finishing out like the last 4 in March or something like that. Anyway,
cool.
So it's starting to start getting crazy here.
Yeah,
because there's still that. Yes, there's still a ton of things we saw in the trailer. The double-bladed lightsaber, the Jedi guards, that third Inquisitor with the red lightsaber. We still don't know about that. They encounter fifth brother and seventh sister next week again.
Maul.
Yeah, the whole Maul thing. I mean, Yoda comes back. There's
and Anakin and Ahsoka.
So that's next week.
That is next week.
Matt Lanter guests next week as Anakin's voice.
That's great.
So that's
so
next
great.
week. Oh man, it's so good. Yeah. So good stuff there. The other, let's see, what other? I don't want to move past Rebel. I don't think that's the only really Rebel stuff. So, as far as the comics go, got a couple of things to catch up on there. But I do want to mention the news about Star Wars has, or Marvel has announced that The Force Awakens is being released as a 5-issue miniseries.
All right. Yes.
Coming in June of this year. Yeah, 5-issue series for The Force Awakens official comic adaptation of The Force Awakens. So look for that starting in June, 5 issues, so it'll be once a month, I'm sure. And then we got a couple books to catch up on, but
Yeah.
I actually told myself I'm going to do a lot of reading tomorrow because I got a lot of DC books I need to catch up on. All right, so what else we got? So the books, and then last night I didn't, and I think it came out a few days ago, but last night I actually downloaded the update to Battlefront.
Battlefront, yeah.
So there's a February Battlefront update out there if you haven't noticed yet. As soon as you load the game, it should actually prompt you to do it. It took a little while. It almost took because I installed my game directly on my Xbox. Mm-hmm. So it took a little while to do that again. I played as Vader again, killing all the rebels.
Yeah.
Again, felt like Rogue One, right? But yeah, cool updates. They basically added another Hoth map that's more at the evening. That's like dark.
Okay.
And of course, Han and Luke Hoth skins or whatever they call it, avatars or whatever. Right. And then the really popular Jakku turning point.
Right.
Map,
Yeah.
they added that to all the other maps.
That's great. I think that was needed.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. What did they fix any the bugs they actually created where the homing shot takes forever now?
I haven't tried that. I haven't tried it. I noticed I felt like I was getting locked on quicker.
Okay.
So maybe they did.
Maybe they sped it up just a little bit.
I did feel like I don't know. I felt like maybe I was just getting better. I don't know. But I felt like the guns were a little more powerful.
Okay. So your blasts do more damage?
Well, it took less to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like before, maybe I'm just my accuracy is getting better. I don't know.
Awesome at the game.
Yeah, maybe? But I felt like one, I was dying quicker.
Yeah,
and I was shooting and killing people quicker. Yeah. I don't know if that changed, if the health changed at all. I don't know.
What gun do you use mostly?
I actually use the Stormtrooper blaster.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
A lot. I think it's good long range and short range.
Really though, I see a lot of different guns.
I do
across the board. So it's really just pick your gun and you just get good with it.
I'm not good with the long guns.
I've tried that.
I've tried them. I can't do anything with them.
I do the Boba Fett gun.
Yeah, I like that. I hate the rate of fire on that thing, but
I'd see. Sometimes I will do it really fast. Like get the 3 bursts, like really fast, one after another.
It's powerful though.
Sometimes I'll go to Han Solo's gun.
Yeah,
and then I think there's a third one that I might dabble with, but it's usually Boba Fett or Han Solo's gun. Yeah,
I just stick with the Stormtrooper blaster, and I usually, if I can get 3 good shots in, I usually kill somebody or 3 or 4. And then I'm usually jetpack.
Yeah.
And a grenade.
Yeah, see now I'm a jetpack and barrage or impact grade probably because the impact grenade is faster to get off. But because I was homing shot in jetpack.
Yeah, so was I.
Killed that for me, but
yeah, I know.
And I tried pulse cannon, but still,
I get pulse cannon all the time. I'm like, hard. How do you do that?
You just have to sit there and wait. You have to hold down the trigger button. You got to wait till you see somebody.
I really want to I really want to get the Shadow Trooper, but it's like rank 50.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm at like 20. I think I'm at 22.
Yeah,
I
think it might be 30. Maybe I
haven't
played it in a while.
Anyway, Battlefront update is out there. Go get that. check it out. I think there's another one coming out in a couple months, another update. So just minor ones, but then I think in the fall, talking about another big update. Yeah, I can't remember what's in it, but it's
Kill.
okay.
Kill.
Other little things here. Let's see. StarWars.com announced that the Star Wars fan film forums are now up and running and accepting entries. You have till April 24th to submit your entries. Of course, if you follow the Star Wars Fan Film Awards, winners are announced at Celebration. So winners will be announced this July. It's Celebration Europe in London.
Will they pay for your ticket if you're getting
Doubt it. So go out there and make your films or start submitting. I actually got another film in mind that we may do.
You know what? I've dabbled with one before Christmas. I was working on one.
Really?
Because I wanted to make something over Christmas break, but I just never got around to it. But yeah, now that my good buddy Cody's coming back,
he is coming back.
The KY, we can make some stuff.
Yeah, I've got one in mind. I'll tell you when we're done because it's
secrets.
It's something I think that hasn't been touched on.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even find much research on it, so it's really something I'm interested in. Oh, so I almost forgot. We got to talk about this. Did you see? Yeah, I hope you did. Did you see with Harrison Ford, the Disney parks?
I know
footage that he released. I knew
he was doing something with them, but I didn't see like what he actually did.
So they had their Disney 60th anniversary show.
Like it was broadcasted?
Yeah, it was broadcast. I think it was Sunday night, maybe.
Yeah,
and Harrison came out and introduced Star Wars Land.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And they showed the first renderings.
Right.
Of the simulations that you can do, and of they had a 3D rendering of the actual park.
Jeez, yeah.
I mean, it looks like another planet.
That's fantastic, man.
And I think we mentioned on this they are creating a canon world, like it's a planet that I hate to say I don't know the name of it. But they've named this thing, so it's not like Tatooine. You're not going to the cantina. There's restaurants. They showed conceptual art of restaurants. You got to see it. Yeah, they got restaurants on there. You got marketplaces on there, but it's all Star Wars related stuff. Like apparently, the restaurants you're going into have it's got Star Wars language in the.
Oh, that's awesome.
In the menus.
Arbesh thing.
Well, it's not Arbesh, but I'm saying like it's like. Have a dewback steak or something. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like you know what I mean. They're using it like
lingo.
That. So, but anyway, Star Wars Land's going to be at Disneyland and Disney World. They're doing these big parks. So I'm assuming both places are going to have the same. It's going to look the same. But they showed a rendering of you in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon.
Right.
Doing the simulation. They have some simulation where the First Order is fighting the Resistance. But just being able to walk around there, I mean, it's just... Do you see the 3D rendering at all?
I'm trying to find it. Was it like all this stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, but there should be a 3D picture of a 3D rendering overhead of what it's actually going to look like.
This might be... I don't know if I can't really blow it up, but... I mean, this right here, it does look...
Let me see
14... The new expansions are 14 acres each.
14 acres? Yeah.
I can't... Is that little one right there?
No, that's not... That's like concept art.
Right.
Yeah, I'll see if I can look it up. But it's incredible. It just looked incredible.
Yeah.
I can't... So...
It's pretty cool, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they haven't done this sooner. I guess because Disney probably couldn't without getting permission from Lucas. But
I think it's just, I think once they acquired it, I think it's just been in development this long. You know? I mean, I don't think they could do anything. Yeah, you're right. You're saying like even when Lucas had it.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, they've had Star Wars weekends there. No, this is what it looks like. It's part of on a TV monitor, but that's what.
Oh my gosh,
that's the 3D rendering they showed at the end.
So that's a city you will be able to walk through.
That is you walking through that city.
What the heck?
That's how they showed it at the end of this video. I was like, are you kidding me?
They're building a city.
They are building a city on a planet.
Yeah.
That is part of canon Star Wars. Is what the article I read.
Like they can just shoot Star Wars Episode 8 there.
They could
basically.
I mean, this is a live set. You could use probably.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it's crazy. But that's the rendering of it. I actually have it recorded. I think on my DVR. If we'll see if it's on there. But yeah, unbelievable. And it still hasn't. I can't find a year. It still doesn't have a year of when it's going to be out.
They're going to start rolling some of the stuff out this year, I think. Like maybe a couple little things like restaurants or whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I thought I heard last year. I thought I read something about that, but maybe.
Have you seen the fake map that someone created?
No.
Yeah.
What Star Wars Land is going to be?
Yeah, someone made a fake map.
That's hilarious.
They put like the Death Star.
I would
in the
love
middle.
that. That's great.
But it's
like Epcot, but Star Wars
correct
version of Epcot,
and it's got like the Geonosians thing and
around the world.
It's got all the
Mustafar.
stuff that was in the movies. Nothing new.
That's
I'm
great.
like, and so I remember someone tweeted that or emailed that to me. I was like, look, what the? I'm
like a big Death
not
Star is like the Mickey, the Disney ball there.
Yes,
the Epcot ball.
like every world, every land has something. Like Magic Kingdom has the castle.
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom has the big tree. Epcot
Yeah.
Center.
That'd be so great.
Star Wars
That'd
has,
be so great.
But if people don't know the Disneyland, I don't know about Disneyland. I shouldn't say that. But Disney World, it's going to be part of Hollywood Studios.
Okay, because that's normally that's what the Star Wars section was already a part of Hollywood Studios. So there's
Star Tours.
To that. Right.
Yeah. So the big area, there's
Yeah.
land behind Star Wars
Right.
Hollywood Studios where that's where Star Wars land is going to be
Yeah.
basically. Or I don't even know if they're calling it that necessarily, but the Star Wars park is going to be part of Hollywood Studios. So it's not going to be its own thing.
One day they'll build real flying shuttles that will just kind of like shuttle you over there.
Oh man,
It's so great.
and then the a part of it too, which was neat. I think they showed Star Tours actually. They've incorporated Force Awakens stuff in there.
That's cool.
So BB-8 shows up a couple times.
That's awesome.
You can go to their fly to their worlds or whatever. That's just a great. That's just a great ride.
Mm-hmm.
I rode it like 5 times when I was there last year.
Yeah.
All right, so that's really all the big news and stuff. Kind of wanted to run through before we get into these questions. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
All right, so again, we're gonna hit these Twitter questions. Thanks you for chiming in. You guys used the hashtag ITF question, which we're gonna have to change because there's actually more ITF questions out there. Other Twitters that are using it, so I had to kind of sift through it a little bit. But all right, let's just start off with at Gata Petrie, which is Nathan Petrie, I think. So he actually asked us, I think, before we did this, but he actually retweeted it after we did the question. So anyway, but he asked us, how'd you recommend watching the Clone Wars? Mm-hmm. He said, you just finished season 1, looking to follow continuity. I hear it's out of order. Does it matter? Okay, so good question. We actually have, I think we've talked about this before. And I actually started, I wanted to go back and actually see for myself too, you know, and it's not completely out of order. It's only really in the first few.
Yeah.
And I'll briefly go through the order right now. So if you've already seen season 1, you've kind of actually already missed the order. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to start over or really truly go in, the first episode is actually Cat and Mouse, which is is season 2, episode 16.
Right.
And then it goes to season 1, episode 16, which is Hidden Enemy. And then it actually goes to the Clone Wars movie. Mm-hmm. So there's 2 episodes, and actually I watched those 2 episodes before, and if you watch them, there's no Ahsoka.
Right.
So, and they actually do, the events in those actually do lead to what happens in the movie. Mm-hmm. So then when you watch the movie, then it goes to actually season 3, episode 1, Clone Cadets, and then season 3, episode 3, Supply Lines. And then it gets basically into chronological order of season 1. So there's like 5 things there before season 1, episode 1, which is Ambush, that everybody knows is the Yoda episode, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Dealing with the Tordarians and Saz Ventress.
Yeah, neutral, like they're trying to convert them or whatever you want to say.
So like I said, it goes straight through season 1, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way to 21. And then, season 2 starts off roughly in order, 1, 2, 3, but then it jumps to 17, 18, and 19, and then back in order all the way to 14. And, of course, 15 was, 16 was early on. Mm-hmm. So, then 15, 16 or 15 is somewhere else. But anyway, but once you get through season 2 and parts of the beginning of 3, then it kind of just goes in order.
Yeah.
So once you get to towards the end, once you get to season 3, episode 9, it's pretty much in order throughout there. So yeah, and then season 4 is in order, season 5 is in order, season 6 in order. So I mean, if you truly want to do it, if you haven't started or ever seen anything, I would try to follow the chronological order of the series.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Which just watching it, it's not like if you watch it as it came out, you won't be confused or anything like that.
Right.
And you can watch it just fine.
Although I felt like there was a couple times where I was like,
well, when someone's dead,
didn't that guy die?
Came back.
Yes.
It's like there was like one senator,
yes,
the Rodian guy.
The Rodian, yep.
It was like, and the Cad Bane too confused me a bit because he was arrested and like released. So those are a couple moments like that where you are a little confused.
That's right.
But one way to tell too, is, if it's past or present or whatever, is their clothes.
Yeah.
Either they wear the Clone Wars armor or the Episode 3 kind of wardrobe for Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yep, and they, but if when like we watched it online or when it came out, you really you may have those moments, but in the end, it's not hard. It doesn't take away from the storyline at all. And then of course, if you look up the true order, right after, you can go beyond that with the additional materials of the Clone Wars, after 613, episode 13, which is the last of the lost missions, there's the story reels of the Crystal Crisis on Utapau, the unfinished, I don't recommend watching them really. Then you got the Bad Batch reels.
Right.
And then you have Dark Disciple, the novel.
Right. Yeah.
Which is part of that. And then you have the Son of Dathomir comic series of Darth Maul. And then you have, which is weird how they split this up. So Dark Disciple, basically the first 4 chapters happened, and then Son of Dathomir, Darth Maul comic happens, and then part 2 is the end of Dark Disciple. So far, that's all the Clone Wars stuff. That's all the canon Clone Wars stuff. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot there. I mean, I wish they would. Now that we talked about it earlier, I wish they would have done a live action Clone Wars movie. That would have been ridiculous.
Pretty cool.
But anyway, so thanks for the question, Nate. I'll hook up with you later and get you something. Moving on to let's do Lord Light 2. And they ask, I got 2 interesting questions here that he asked. We'll just do them both. Real quick, any chance we will see Jar Jar's death scene in a future movie?
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think. I think that's people are just going to kind of leave it as it is.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll see it.
But
I see appears in Rebels.
I agree with you, but I will say this. I had it recorded and I just never watched them, but the Lego series they did last year, the Droid Tales.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen those yet?
I don't think I've seen all of them.
Yeah. But anyway, I started watching the first one and the second one, I think. And I want to say about 5 or 6 times in there, Jar Jar shows up and dies. And I was like, are you serious? You're like doing this in this?
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
It actually was a little disturbing.
That's funny. Well, and on top of that, when I was playing Disney Infinity, I was playing the Empire one with Luke Skywalker and the original trilogy story. And there's a part where you're on Tatooine, you go to Jabba's palace, and so I went to Jabba's palace, and Jar Jar's frozen in carbonite, and Jar Jar's in Jabba's palace. So that's where he's been this whole time. They just froze him, kept him in carbonite.
That's right. Because I've seen that actually in full size on Rebels Recon.
Right.
So they have it in Star Wars headquarters, like at Lucasfilm.
That's probably where he is. He didn't survive.
That is hilarious.
Unlike Han Solo, he didn't survive.
He didn't survive. No, he actually got frozen. They tested it on Jar Jar.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would be crazy, right?
That's the origin of
Vader?
Vader tested on him first.
It's like, get Jar Jar.
Yeah. Who should we test it on? I know this guy.
I know a guy. I know a guy in the Senate.
Get
that is
him
just
now.
driving me crazy. Yeah. So overall, no, I don't think that's going to happen. But okay, so here's a good one. And I think we I don't know if we concluded in this totally, but he asked, do you think we will see Darth Vader kill Ahsoka?
I do. I think he will.
I do too.
I think it's unless they're playing with our emotions and like they want us to think that's going to happen, but something else might happen. I don't know. But no, I do think Vader will kill Ahsoka, and that'll be the end of the story. But I don't know if it's good. But I don't know if it's gonna be like a battle where they literally are fighting to the death, and he just ends up killing her, or like an Obi-Wan thing where she kind of just accepts the sacrifice and Vader kills her, or or what if something happens where some stormtrooper kind of gets a shot off while they're fighting, and some stormtrooper, I don't know, or whatever, just hits her. Vader gets mad or whatever. Maybe he doesn't want to kill Ahsoka, but somehow she dies kind of near him in a battle. I don't know, because I just seen the previews for that in the next week's episode. Vader's talking to Ahsoka like, why did you leave me? Do you know what I've become? I love the idea of thinking that Ahsoka is the one person that actually brings out this kind of the Anakin side of Vader for a little bit. How he sees her and. Maybe he starts to think of some things, whatever, because everybody else he knows is dead. So it's not like Padme's going to come and change his life, or he doesn't know about Luke Skywalker. So we'll see, but I do think that, my instinct says that he will kill her.
My instincts lean that way too. I think, and unfortunately, I kind of think that it's going to happen at the end of the season. I mean, I'm not sure Ahsoka lives past this season because
I don't think so. Yeah.
Because, I think we've talked about this maybe when Rebels started, but, it's like at some point, what happens to these people?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not, I know they weren't written back in 77, so you don't, but they're not in they're not in the trilogy, the original trilogy, right? So there's no Hera, there's no Kanan. So it's just hard to tell. I mean, do they just get lost in the rebellion, and they're in different parts of the galaxy? I don't know, but
one thing I will say, Zeb, I can see him just going back to his new planet, his own planet.
Yeah. See that? Well, they opened that door for him, absolutely. And then and then even Sabine can go back to Mandalore or something like that.
I've done my duty,
right? Yeah, I did. I went as far as I could go.
But Hera, Kanan, and Ezra, they're the ones that are like, I feel like they'll keep fighting or something, like the Jedi,
Or like what we just said, kind of. I mean, they have reasons, but maybe if something happens to Ezra, maybe that gives Hera and them a reason to walk away or something, But, but I have a question. I have an ITF question.
Okay. When you're,
I thought about this. Yeah, I thought about this today actually, because so if all these canon things are coming out about Vader, the comic series Vader Down, which was awesome.
Yeah.
he crash lands on this planet, surrounded by these rebels, and he just wipes them all out.
Right.
Rumors are that during Rogue One, he's going to wipe out a bunch of rebels. There's going to be some war, and there's some rebels getting lost. My question is because I don't think it's been released, but how many rebels are there? Because if there are a lot of them getting wiped out, it doesn't seem like they're
how big of a
that
battle
many.
should we be seeing?
Correct.
Yeah.
Do we have? Are there 10,000 rebels? Are there a million rebels? I don't think there's a million by any means, but are there 50,000 rebels? I
would say it's in the low thousands.
I would think so too.
Because there's you gotta think it is canon. There are a lot of different factions
As of right now during Rebels.
Yeah, there's a lot of different factions,
but by the time Episode 4 hits,
they're
pretty much they're the Alliance, right? They're Rebel Alliance, not just Rebels,
right?
Because I don't think during Rebels, I don't think there's an alliance yet, right?
No, maybe Rogue One is the time where they create the alliance.
That's true,
or it's just created or something like that. So, yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point.
Because when he wipes out a couple hundred rebels, it's like how big of a dent is that? Because if there's 10,000 rebels and a couple hundred get wiped out, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. That's a decent percentage. But if there's 50,000 rebels, it's like. How many are joining up as most are dying, you know what I mean? So I was wondering about that myself. Anybody has an answer to that, I'd love to hear it. All right, so then we'll get one more in here. Actually, our buddy Anton, that's mainly on our Combat Guild side on the card game stuff, asked. Now this is actually a little strange. I don't even know how to answer this. But if you played Star Wars RPG, the role-playing game, right, what type of character would you be? Species, alignment, etc. How would you answer that, Case?
Well, I love the KOTOR games. I played that a lot. So, and then you always get to create your own character and all that kind of stuff. I think, and also the Jedi Academy 2 game, you could do that as well. I think I would always just do a human, and try to make him look like me as much as possible. But playing Jedi Academy like the first time, I think I chose Rodian or Plo Koon's race, which I completely forgot what his race is. But Plo Koon's kind of he just looks awesome.
Yeah. Can't remember.
Which I'll look it up here really quick. But so if I had to create one in RPG now, what would I do? Goodness sakes, I might stick with the Plo Koon thing because. Human, I try to make it look like me, so I would normally go with a human. But if I were to pick an alien species, I would do Plo Koon. He's Doran. He's from the planet Doran. And so he's Keldor is what his species is. I would probably, if I had to choose an alien species besides human, I would do Keldor. Mm-hmm. And is that all that it was asking, just what kind of species you would do? Or
species, alignment.
I would do light side.
Yeah.
Light side, that kind of stuff, and I'm not the best at coming up with Star Wars names on the fly, but I think the latest. Gosh, what was mine? I can't remember what the latest name I used for KOTOR, but I think Keldor. It's a cool, intimidating look. Yeah, I like that.
I didn't play much of those games because I'm not a big fan of those type of like Final Fantasy kind of things. Right. I'm more of like how Battlefront is, or like a first person shooter kind of thing. So,
so basically, what's your favorite alien species in Star Wars?
Yeah. I would. I don't know if you can. I guess because I'm not sure if you can do it, but I would probably lean more towards like a Mandalore, like a Boba Fett type of. Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian
Jedi. No, I'd be. Dark side, I guess maybe a Mandalorian Sith or something. No, I don't know. I mean, do you have to be a Force user usually, or no?
I guess you don't. I mean,
maybe a bounty
in the
hunter,
games
right?
You do, like in the KOTOR games.
Yeah, because it's all driven by light side or dark side, right?
But you can align yourself with the good guys or the bad guys. What faction would you be, I guess, or whatever?
I'd be a scum and villainy.
Scum. You'd be a bounty hunter.
I would definitely be a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
If I couldn't be a Jedi, I'd definitely be a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And I'm talking real life now. But anyway, okay. So thanks for those questions, guys. I will be contacting you all and getting you guys a little trade paperback. Get that shipped to you guys. All right. Last thing before we get into these canon reads here, just want to mention that a new contest is out there. I think it's the first official year, actually. It's called the Star Wars Podcast Awards.
Yeah.
And you can find that at StarWarsPodcastAwards.com. As of right now, they are beginning to release the nominees for several different categories. We have not been mentioned in a category as of yet. Hopefully we do.
Yeah.
But our other podcast on the network called The Combat Guild, which is strictly about the card game, Star Wars the card game, has been nominated under the Collecting and Gaming show, podcast show. So go vote if you can. StarWarsPodcastAwards.com. You can start every day from now on for several more days. There's going to be a new category coming out of nominees. You can just start voting, and obviously we would hope if you vote for us, that'd be great.
Yay!
And I will announce it on Twitter and Facebook once we show up in one of these. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully someone
Pretty
nominates
good
us.
show.
It is. We're all right.
Come on.
We're not on StarWars.com yet, but maybe we'll get there.
Yeah.
But either way, it's it'd be fun to get nominated and fun to see if you guys can get us voted into the finals. Basically, of all the nominees, they're going to pick 5 into the finals to, I guess, get best show, whatever, of that category. Okay, so, all right, let's, I think that's it for the news and everything. To get you caught up on Star Wars, all things Star Wars, we'll go into kind of this canon stuff here. So, I think, did we figure out what
I was
next?
just going to go start with the characters. I couldn't remember
Yeah.
what it was last, but... So
last thing we did was the Trade Federation thing.
the vehicle. Oh, the multi-troop transport.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're up to characters and creatures back in this book, Ultimate Star Wars: Characters,
Yes.
Creatures, Locations, Technologies, Vehicles by D.K. Malmachine. So, characters and creatures. This next character is a battle droid, but specifically, this is OOM-9. 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 Which I didn't know this guy's name. So this is actually... So I've learned something today. This is the battle droid from Episode 1 when we first get on Naboo and we're kind of in the swamp area and you have the hologram of Newt Gunray and his little sidekick Rune Hako, whatever, talking to this battle droid with yellow circle, yellow head, top on his head. Just talking about, evil stuff. I don't remember what it was. But that battle droid is OOM-9. So he's like the other B-1 battle droids, but he is specifically programmed to serve as a command droid for the Federation's invasion of Naboo. And he acts as the primary contact for Newt Gunray and his little buddy there. So he directs the ground troops and he pilots the ground troops and the pilots to occupy settlements of Naboo and to destroy communication transmitters so they can invade. So this prevents citizens from reporting about the invasion and summoning help. So Saya Bibble, that's why I keep saying you must contact me. And we lost all communications, all that kind of stuff. Because OOM-9 made it happen, basically. So he leads the battle droids against the Gungan warriors and Naboo as well. So you see him twice in the movie, actually. You see him in the beginning when he talks to Newt Gunray, and you see him at the end when they're on that big field, that big grassy knoll area, grassy hill, and you have OOM-9 with his little binoculars looking at the Gungans. Then he kind of waves the AATs that go past and start shooting at the force field. Or he pulls his hand down or something like that. I can't remember what the motion he does. So, OOM-9 is your canon profile of today.
Nice.
This week.
Nice. And, of course, I'm going to hit you up with a couple things from absolutely everything you need to know about Star Wars. Just kind of opened up this page and found something interesting. This is, of course, canon as well, but Mos Eisley, just little facts about this famous starport town. 362 Starship docking bays.
Wow.
At Mos Eisley.
At Mos Eisley alone.
At Mos Eisley alone, there's 362 Starship docking bays.
Gosh, I'd hate to be on that last docking bay. But it's like a crappy location.
So when there was docking bay 94,
Yeah.
I mean, that was 94 of 362.
Yeah, whew, 94. It's so close. Good.
So much of the town lies underground. Now, the wretched hive of scum and villainy, which is the Mos Eisley Cantina. Here are the top 6 drinks at the Mos Eisley Cantina.
Okay.
Of course, do you know what the number 1 drink is?
Jamba Juice. Not Java
Java
juice.
juice.
Java
That
juice,
is
sorry.
that's on the list. I don't know if this is
juice.
ranked, but well, that's 3rd on the list here.
Yeah.
Jawa juice is also AKA RD's fermented bantahide is what it is.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's gross.
The bottom of the list here, let's start from the bottom. Hut's Delight. It's a colorful slurry of aquatic organisms. You got Tatuni Junko, which is a powerful hut drink.
All sounds horrible.
Yatuni Bosca. That's a fermented dewback sweat.
Oh, gosh. That's gross.
I know, right?
Oh,
And you got Jawa juice. And then you got Tatooine Sunset, which is a fermented fruit beverage.
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
That's what I'd be.
Which is weird. These top
All
6
your-
drinks, I don't know if are these alcoholic? I guess they are, right? Fermented is fermented.
Yeah.
Fermented is kind of alcohol, right?
Yeah.
But the top one, which isn't booze,
Is it blue milk?
blue milk,
Wow.
which is bantha milk. Bantha milk. So yeah,
I need to try blue milk. Because people actually drink blue milk. They'll just color it, right?
yes,
Just color
blue
dye.
milk. Yeah, I love blue milk. We gotta get some more blue milk. But yeah, that's the little tidbits there of the Mos Eisley. So
Very
the
cool.
cantina. So if you're at the cantina,
Ugh.
ask for some Jawa juice.
Ew.
Get some fermented
Bantha.
dewback sweat.
Dewback sweat. Bantha hide. Oh, my gosh.
All right, so hey, come
Yeah.
here. You get all kinds of knowledge of the Star Wars
Yeah.
universe. So we appreciate you guys obviously asking the questions. Keep them coming if you got more. Thanks you for the emails. Come back next week when we talk about more news. We'll get you caught up on some Rebel episodes and some comics. And then, of course, whatever news hits the airways, the internets. Again, probably the biggest news this week, March 15th.
Yes.
Force Awakens comes out on iTunes. Go ahead and add to the total.
Oh, my gosh.
You know,
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
make
This
another
looks
$1 billion.
I'm going to see it again.
Take my money.
Yeah.
All right. Check you guys out next week. For Casey Cooley.
All right. I have to prepare for this one. Let's see. Hold on. Show me again the power of the dark side, and I will let nothing stand in our way. Show me, grandfather, and I will finish what you started. I can't get that like.
That's pretty good. That's
like-
pretty good in there.
Like, I can do it better when I'm on. Actually, when I talk in my Xbox headset. Let me see if I can take off that. It's like it's kind of like
Yeah.
rough against the microphone. I don't know, but
Yeah.
Han Solo. I don't know. Whatever.
That's
There you
pretty
go.
good, though.
Yeah,
That's
Kylo
pretty
Ren
good.
quote. Han Solo.
Han Solo. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about watching this movie again.
Yep.
All right. InsideTheForce.com. Of course, all the episodes are right there at Inside the Force on Twitter and Facebook. Of course, you can subscribe to us if you're not just listening on the website. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or TuneIn Radio. RSS feed is right there. It's
It's right there.
it's right there.
In front of your face.
/ Inside the Force. He's Kryptonian1138 on Twitter. I'm DCottingham21. Thanks for taking the time and checking us out. He's Casey.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm Dave. For more podcasts, go to 21network.com. YouTube channel. It's got all kinds of shows on there. Go check it out. See you guys next week. Have a good weekend, guys. May the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.